title should be kind of a grabber. Anyhow, romance, excitement, and passion are in the air today because we are talking about older women and older men falling in love with someone half their age, while there are family members who are strongly disapproving.
Two of her children gave me presents, dog doo-doo and cat doo-doo.
I'm not the slut that she thinks I am.
Grandma feels that Donna's way too old for me. Why should she be so nasty about it?
You want to get married to the snake? Oh, now I'm a snake? I'm not a drunk. If he's pushed into a corner to make a choice between his family and me, I'll walk.
When there's such a large gap, many times it's hard to handle the hurt feelings. Now meet 20-year-old Moses, and this is his 40-year-old girlfriend, Donna. So there's a 20-year difference. You know, you almost look like mother and son.
I give up.
Well,
I give up.
Everybody says that.
they say you're attracted to somebody who looks like you in life. If you look at husbands and wives, they usually look alike.
Okay.
They've been dating a year and one hitch. Excuse me. His 71-year-old grandmother, Ursula, opposes the relationship. She has called Donna unfriendly names. What did she call you?
A slut. I'm left of Godzilla. The happy hooker is a choir girl compared to me. Any number of names. Anything that she can, supposedly I'm now a slut and an alcoholic. Meanwhile, I don't drink.
You don't drink?
No.
How did this unique relationship between 20 and 40-year-olds, how did it happen?
Well, at that point in time, he was living around the corner from me, and there was a problem. And when he left, my son told him to come over the house, and we had talked about it, and basically we started out as friends. I gave him my phone number, he gave me his. A couple of weeks ran past, and it was just basically I called him at work, and it started off as friends. We went to a political fundraiser just as friends and began to talk. We had a lot more in common than both of us dared to admit. I had no idea whatsoever that he was even remotely interested, or neither have I. I went through everything in my mind like, are you nuts? Your son is 2 years younger than him. You got to be out of your head. I went through it all.
Your son is 2 years younger than your lover?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay.
And one thing just led to another. We started dating, and that's when his grandmother basically went ballistic on us.
Uh-huh. Moses, why is Grandma so opposed?
Grandma feels that Donna's way too old for me and that she's quote-unquote robbing the cradle, stopping me from going to school, and she feels that I'm just too young to get involved with someone so old, and it's going to end my life.
Grandma will not let you talk on the phone.
No.
How do you talk if you can't?
Okay, when Donna used to call Sally, Grandma used to get really nasty. Says, "Oh, what does that old woman want? What does your fat friend want? What does that slut want?"
All right, let's call out Grandma. Ursula. Ursula, what's the que pasa? What's wrong here?
Que pasa mucho.
Grandmother says a lot is going on. What is it, Grandma?
When you left my home, you went to live in a house, right?
Yeah.
Well, the man happened to be, I understand, in jail, right? Right?
Yeah.
And the woman, I understand a lot of things about the woman.
Well, it had nothing to do with them.
Right? No, but it was there where you met this one.
But Donna was their neighbor, so I met.
But I met this one over there, right? So therefore, I did not like her because you didn't meet her in a nice house.
Right, so you made her guilt by association, Grandma.
Right? So therefore,
she is not like them.
Then she.
It's completely different.
And why was she always
back up. What does that got to do with me? You have no idea the way that I was raised. I was raised to turn around and respect my elders.
And when my grandson left, right away you jump into the gravy boat. You look at him and you say,
what gravy boat?
What are you talking about?
What gravy boat?
Wait. What is the jump into the gravy boat?
When you look at my grandson, you say, he's a sucker with money. Because you know that he makes a pretty good money.
So you think Donna is after him for the gravy?
Of course. What is?
Of course not.
You told me he's making more money than you.
If
So,
Donna...
big deal. So he makes more money than me. That doesn't mean a damn thing.
What's your point?
I've turned around. I'm a single parent. I turned around. I raised my son by myself with no help. And anytime he's turned around and offered me the help, I've turned him down.
At least my mother had you to lean on.
I don't have
My mother
anybody to
leaned
lean
on
on.
you all these years, and I had to suffer for it. That's why I was so damn depressed last year that I left the house.
Uh-huh. What do you think of Donna
And
as
you
a
didn't even
person?
care, and when you want to try to get me any help, all you do is yell and scream.
You never said you needed help.
You should. Oh, like you couldn't figure out on your own. I mean, like you couldn't look at me and see how depressed was I wasn't eating. I mean, come on.
What is what you call it?
Not you can tell that now, but
What is what you call it? What is the big deal that somebody can turn around and care for somebody else older?
God did not put an age in long love. He never did.
I don't love you.
No, God didn't put an age in long love,
Hey,
Grandma.
look, I'm gonna say something here. You want to get married to the snake? Go ahead and get married.
Oh, now I'm a snake? Oh.
You shouldn't talk because you're the Catholic hypocrite.
And how about you? How about
Excuse me.
you?
Oh, excuse me,
we
you're
came
a
out of-
convenient Catholic.
I'm praying.
We came out of midnight mass and you were cursing her down the street, calling her a slut.
And you praying, I'm praying. I'm coming home
Hey,
at 5 o'clock from a woman's house.
So?
What kind of a
First
Catholic?
of all,
She's my girlfriend,
he
so
never
what?
came home from.
I
He
come
never
2 in
came
the
home
morning,
at
not 5 o'clock. That's a lie.
The last time was almost 5 o'clock.
No, it was 2 in the morning.
Almost 5 o'clock.
It
That's a
was
lie.
2 in the morning. I was asked a long time ago by several people, all right, what would I do if my 18-year-old son came home with a 36-year-old? All right? I can understand her misgivings. I can understand she raised him and that she is very protective of him, okay? But I think I would at least be open-minded enough to turn around and sit down with the girl, talk to her, and find out if she really is using the kid or if she really cares about him.
Why don't you talk to her? Go ahead, talk to her.
Like
She's
what?
suggesting you talk to her.
Okay, so what do you
Like what? Okay?
What? Because-
Find out, ask her any question you want to ask her, Ursula. Ask her.
So what? What do you want me
What
to
do you want to ask her?
What do you want to ask her?
Grandma, what do you want to say to Grandma Donna?
Look, I love him with
Turn and say this to Grandma, not to me. Go
Okay,
ahead.
I love him with all of my heart. I am not in any way, shape, or form looking to use him, looking to quote unquote get on the gravy boat, okay?
gravy boat,
Or
in the gravy.
on it, in it, around it, whatever, okay? I turned around, I care for him for what he is, okay? Not for what I can get out of him. All right, and what is the big deal? Just because he made a mistake where he was living and I was there, that doesn't mean that I was raised the same way as those people. And as you see, it creates no interest whatsoever, but she doesn't care.
But we'll leave here and she'll curse Donna all the way down the street, in front of a church, in the church, outside of a church. She doesn't care what she does. She doesn't care. She embarrasses me and slaps me right in front of her.
Have you
Threw her
talked-
coat off on Christmas Eve. We came out of midnight mass, singing from the choir. She throws her coat on and says, "Oh, you're always trying to hit me when you're with that woman." Slaps me. Poor Don and her son go down, walking by themselves. They're mortified, and she's cursing and screaming and calling her a
Did you talk
slut.
to the priest about this?
No, he said no.
Who said no?
No, you wanted to ask the priest if you'd come on the show or not. I don't know why you need his permission to do that, because you got a big enough mouth to come on by yourself.
Grandma, you told the producers before the show that Donna is lying about her age and she's much older than 40.
Yeah, your application that you put in his job, you put 42 years of age.
What job?
Did not.
And his job, you went to his job.
So,
And the
I'm 42?
application- Yeah.
You never saw
right.
the application. There was no application filled out. That's why I know you're lying.
You fill it at home.
There is no application.
You did it.
I filled out. I
You
made her
did it at
resume.
home. You did it at home.
Resume. Grandma,
42? Gee whiz, you know, it's 1956 till now is 40 years.
Resume.
And my
I never-
birthday was yesterday.
And she turned 40 yesterday.
Oh, yeah? Let me see this one.
Okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. When did you decide that it was romantic love?
We wrote to each other for about, it was over 5 years before we met. And it was when we met that we got interested in that. We had been writing to each other as mother and son.
Uh-huh. And then it became romantic?
Yes, when we actually met each other. And I didn't have romance in mind.
What was the purpose, though, of marrying? Nothing, not that
We do feel that kind of love now.
Well, they're still together as they can be, considering he has a life sentence in prison. Today, we are talking to family members who strongly disapprove of their family members dating someone half their age. Later in the show, we're going to be celebrating one of these special unions with two familiar guests. Perhaps you remember 73-year-old grandmother Beatrice and her red-hot lover, 23-year-old Daryl. Watch this. And you have a 23-year-old lover? Is that called robbing the cradle?
Yes.
Oh, it is.
Isn't this disgusting? He's such a dweeb. My father worked for 40-some odd years at Corning Incorporated. He did not work all those years for a little dweeb like this to come along and try to take everything. I mean, all of us kids are older than him. Look at him. Duh.
This is to show my love for you. I don't want nothing you got. This is showing my love. I know it ain't the right time to get married, but when the right time is, will you marry me? When the right time is.
Sometime, when it's ready. That's on the wrong finger. That one go.
Well, their fairy tale wedding is something you don't want to miss. We're going to check in with the two of them in just a few minutes. First, I want to introduce to you Tracy and James. Both of them are kind of furious because they have a 54-year-old mother, Harriet, who is romantically involved, in fact, living with her son's 22-year-old nephew, Ricky. Now, Harriet and her lover, Ricky, are backstage, and they're going to be out in a minute. First, James, why is the love goes where it goes. Why is the relationship bothering you?
It's disgusting, and he's using her. He's lazy. All he wants to do is sit around all day and play Sega, morning, day, and night. He won't work.
He doesn't even bath.
He doesn't even bathe. What bothers you, Tracy, the most about this relationship?
Well, I think my mother is 54, he is 22. I believe my mother should be with somebody 54 and he should be with somebody 22.
There's a 32-year difference. Well, at 54, there aren't a heck of a lot of men around. I mean, I just thought I'd tell you.
There is. Anytime I ever try to even fix my mother up with somebody nice, she didn't like them because they had a job, they had a nice car, they were able to take her out to dinner. Now, my mother wants to take care of people. Ricky is fat and lazy.
Okay.
And that's what Mom likes.
Do you think she's truly in love with him? In her mind, is she truly in love with him?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay.
She's nuts.
She says she is. Is it possible he's truly in love with her?
No. They use each other. I think my mother uses him for sex, and he uses her for the money.
Let's hear what 54-year-old Harriet and her 22-year-old lover Ricky have to say about this. Harriet and Ricky, come on out. Harriet, you've heard what the children are saying. I think we'd like to hear the romantic details of how the two of you met and fell in love. You moved in after 2 dates?
Yes.
Would you want your daughter?
After one night.
Two.
One night,
he
same
brought her
night.
roses and he stayed overnight.
Okay.
First night. Don't
And
lie.
he went home.
He never went home.
He never went home after that.
Yes, he did.
Are you in love with him?
Yes.
You've heard what Tracy and James have said. Would you like to respond to what they've said?
I think Tracy and James both have their own lives, and they should lead their own lives and leave us alone.
Does the age difference bother you?
No, there is no problem with that.
What would you like to say to her, to two of her relatives, to her kids?
I really don't care what he has to say.
Well, you're gonna listen.
Okay.
Tell him, Ricky.
Hey, we're both adults. You guys have your life, we have ours, so butt out. That's all I have.
I want to introduce you now to two familiar faces. This is 73-year-old Beatrice and her 23-year-old lover, Daryl. They are with us for a very special reason. Today they're going to express their love by tying the knot. Welcome, Beatrice and Daryl, to the show. Beatrice and Daryl, welcome back for, I guess, the third time. I want to thank you for joining us today. Now, you've been listening to what 54-year-old Harriet and her 22-year-old lover, Ricky, have been dealing with. Unfortunately, I understand your situation hasn't changed. Are there still family members who disapprove in your relationship?
Oh, yeah. Well, for the holidays, we had
You had a hard time? Tell me what happened when you had a hard time.
Two of her children gave me presents. I thought they were going to be decent, but they weren't.
What were they?
Dog doo-doo and cat doo-doo.
I wouldn't say that.
And another
Do
thing.
you know who did that?
Oh, yeah.
You do know who did
Oh,
that?
yeah.
Beatrice, do you have any reservations about getting married, even though your family is still against it?
In summer.
Huh?
This summer.
This summer you have a reservation, or had a reservation, or you have one?
No, I don't have one yet.
No, you have none.
No.
This summer you had reservations.
No, we're thinking about it.
We're
Till we
thinking
got
about it.
here. Now this is
We've
you know
got-
what?
Wait, let me explain to Beatrice. Beatrice, we were thinking of getting you married today.
Yeah.
Yeah, but not a real one today.
Not a real one.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
Tomorrow wedding.
That's what I told you.
A tomorrow wedding
Because he's got to have his paper signed yet.
by the judge.
By
all
a
that
judge.
done yet,
yeah.
What
But
happened to your papers?
I've got them
home.
half signed,
Half signed.
but every time I try to go get them done, either something comes up that I'm working,
Like what?
or she's
Can't
got
get
to
off
go.
work.
And
No,
it's kind of
we
rough.
can only do a real wedding here. I'm sorry, but it would make all the other weddings that we've ever had not work.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming up next, 32-year-old Chris is madly in love with a teenager named Julie. He loves her so much that he has a big secret. He would like to propose marriage. I hope it works out a little better than we're doing with you. What's the problem? Mom Vicky says she'll do anything to break them up. Now, how's she going to react to his proposal to her teenage daughter? Stay with us.
I married Margaret because I loved her. In fact, we had a lot in common. Some of the best sex I ever had was with Margaret. I love you, Margaret. What I'd like to say is this.
Just pucker up, Jeff. I'm going to give you a kiss.
I like her personality, a free spirit for someone her age. And the mere fact that she's a trained woman, that's a bonus for
A
me.
what?
Trained woman.
Trained. Uh-huh. What does trained mean?
Trained women or trained men are people who are sexually in tune with everything. And they believe in a certain sexual method that's very sensual, and it's like caressing, and they give you this kind of orgasmic feeling without actually having an orgasm. So you could have that orgasmic feeling for like an hour, half an hour.
2 hours sometimes.
I beg your pardon, an hour?
Yeah.
Orgasm lasted longer than the relationship. Now, what we planned to do was to marry, later on in the show, Bea and Daryl. And we had the minister here, we have the bridal gown here, we have a cake, and all our audience was invited to go to the wedding. But, Daryl, you didn't get your papers signed. How are you? You can't legally get married without your papers. 32-year-old Chris and 19-year-old Julie. Julie's mother opposes the relationship. They have an age difference, 13 years. Mom's waiting backstage. We'll be out to confront them in a minute. That's the age difference between my parents, as a matter of fact. Chris, tell me how the two of you met.
Well, about 4.5 years ago, I was painting this house for a friend of mine, and her mother and her came in to rent the place. And while I was painting, we were talking, and I gave her my phone number. So she called me a few times, invited me over, and I kept coming over, and we just started getting involved, and I never knew her age.
How old was she at that age?
15.
She was 15. So maybe it was the age she was then, not the age that she is now. Julie, does the 13 years pose a problem between you and Chris?
No, it never has. It's never bothered me.
Why do you think your mom is so opposed to this?
Because of his age difference, but I think she's being a hypocrite. Her boyfriend's 24 years older than she is.
All right, let's hear what Vicky has to say. Mom, Vicky, come on out.
I can too.
Mom, Vicky, what's the problem with Chris and Julie?
Well, for one thing, she's too young for him.
Okay, why?
Because she's still a young girl yet. She needs to be able to get out and be with people her own age.
She is all the time. She is all the time. She goes wherever she wants to go.
Because you...
I what?
You bitch and complain because she's gone too long.
Well, because I love her so much, I want her to be home with me.
You can't squeeze her.
Well,
You can't squeeze her and you can't lock her in the corner, because if you do, she's going to tell you to go to hell and walk right out.
Well, I've been with her for 4 years now.
I go where I want to go when I want to go.
He
He doesn't tell me when I can go somewhere or when I can stay home.
You're still too possessive.
Well, that's absolutely
Is it the
wrong.
age difference or the possession or the possessive?
It's the age difference.
But it's only 13 years, and she's now 19 years old. It doesn't seem to us such a bad age difference.
What about your 24-year-old man older than you?
Yeah, what about Bill? I don't say nothing about your
honey,
age difference
I
with Bill.
am 40 years old, and I'm a little
And
bit
you act like
older.
you're-
Sally, you know what I think
like
it is?
you're 15.
This is what I think it is, Sally. I think it is she's posed about her age and stuff, but I think she's really more worried about she can't take care of her daughter like I can. Okay, because I take care of her daughter. And I've been taking care of her daughter for 4 years. And I think that's another main thing that is really bad about it.
Do you want to be her husband or her father?
Hers? I want to be her husband, her lover, the baby's father. I want to be everything.
Go ahead.
Yeah, a baby. I know there's 13 years between me and you, Julie, but I love you more than anything in this whole world, and I want you and the baby for the rest of my life. I would like you to marry me.
Julie, what do you think?
Shocked.
Well,
The other one.
is it,
No, they want to see the screen.
yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Moses and,
Donna.
All right. That's your grandmother. Grandmother's only lived once. Lovers can come and go.
I only live once too. What's your point?
But that's your grandmother. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
No.
She raised you.
She thinks of me as her son because she doesn't have a son. I'm her only grandson. So she should treat me right because when I die, she won't have anybody else.
Moses.
Wait.
Moses.
No, I want to respond to that myself.
Why is Grandma crying?
Because Grandma gets very emotional.
Grandma don't want to lose him. That's what
she doesn't want to, but she's not going to lose me.
You know what I want? What? I want him to go to college, real college.
He's going.
This is a boy who graduated when second honors from the first to the 8th grade.
First honors and principal's list.
And then on the principal list, he got everything. He went to Cathedral Prep Seminary because he failed to.
I went to Mackenzie High School.
He was
Catholic school
then he
all my
went
life.
to Mackenzie High School. Well, you name it, he have it.
Do you want to go to regular college? Do you want to?
I want to go to a school, but it's not a regular college per se.
So there's more going on here than just the girlfriend.
I'd like to respond to her. It's not that I don't respect her, okay? My mother is, just like her, she's a strong European lady, okay? I understand where she's coming from. She is protective of him. She's turned around, she has raised him, she's gone through all the hell that I've gone through as a single parent, okay? I can understand the overprotectiveness. And I've said it to her, and I've said it to him, and I'll say it to everybody else. Okay, if he's pushed into a corner to make a choice between his family and me, I'll walk. Okay? That's how much I care. I'll walk.
We'll be right back. Favorite, Ruth Gordon and Garson Kanan had a 16-year age difference, and they lived, she was 16 years older, and they lived 43 years together until she died. So, you know, those things can happen. Two high-powered people, too. Over a year ago, we met 31-year-old Patty and her 73-year-old lover, Joe. Who could forget their first appearance on the show when they discussed their relationship for the first time? Watch this.
He's the best sex I ever had. Sally, I don't care. I'm just being honest. Sometimes we have sex twice a day, and I mean, I know it's hard to believe, but it's true.
Everyone thought their love wouldn't last, but as a test to their undying love, the two married here on the show. Watch this.
I take pleasure in announcing that you are now husband and wife and husband. You may embrace and kiss. Congratulations. Congratulations.
She was one of the most beautiful brides we've ever had on the show. The match that appeared to be made in heaven ran into problems of its own. Joe had, apparently, an affair on his newlywed wife, Patty, with her sister. Watch this.
Matter of fact, my sister's got a permanent scar on her lip.
Why?
What would you do? You go in a bedroom and find somebody screwing your husband. What the hell are you in my own bed?
You discovered them?
I seen him do it.
No.
Yes, I did.
I don't remember. Oh, I remember. Joe, when was this?
3 weeks ago.
No! I don't remember. Well, their marriage difficulties were soon worked out, and it wasn't long before Joe and Patty thought they had a little one on the way. They discovered the results live on the show. Roll tape.
Well, honey, I'm not pregnant.
I'm not a bit surprised.
How do you feel about it?
I feel happy.
I'm relieved. I'm actually relieved about it. But we're going to go on with our lives. We're going to go ahead and start over, and we're going to be happy, continue being happy, and we'll keep in touch, Sally.
So joining us for some special advice for the older, younger couples, welcome back, newlyweds, 31-year-old Patty, 73-year-old Joe. You've lost a lot of weight, haven't you?
No, that camera made me look fat.
Oh, okay. You've been listening to what some of our couples have been going through. Do you have any advice for them?
You? Got something to say?
Yes, I
Don't
have.
let me start talking.
Okay. You're better talking than I am.
I cannot believe it. I mean, I cannot believe that the way these kids, they're acting like they're 15. There's these parents that are old enough. I know I've been through it, like I told you in the green room. I have been through this with him, with his kids, but none of them sent me for Christmas either. I mean, literally sent his, no, this is disgusting. They sent this poor guy over here a bag of cat and a bag of dog Then they turn around, and I think it's this, because you know what he would do to his kids if they ever done that to me? Hey, I don't want no part of you no more. Treat my wife like that. And something else I want to say to him, too. You know, but what you told me before, when they told you to find a cliff and jump off it? Like I said, you know what?
Who told him to find it?
Her kid told him.
Told me yesterday before I went to work.
You know what I do? As soon as you know what you do next time she says it? Yo, you go find me the cliff and then you jump off it. That's what you tell her. I don't care if it's your kid or not. I'm sorry, but.
That's all right.
Beatrice, let me have the flowers, Beatrice. You know what we're going to do? We're going to give the pretty flowers to the young girl.
Yeah, can we?
Is that all right with you?
Yes, that's all right.
Okay, because she's going to get engaged. There you go. So oh, goodness. Go ahead.
First of all, I have to be the only one here that disagrees. Your family is your family. Your children are your children forever. Your parents are your parents
You can't sleep with your children, right? You can't go to bed with your children,
I hope not. I'm not.
I mean, if that's
a whole other show there.
I'm not saying that they don't, but
I mean, once you raise your kids, and if you raise them right, you raise your kids, they're out on their own. Hey, then let me live my life. If I'm happy with him, that's what I told his kids.
Absolutely.
You know what they did to me, his kids, over Christmas? They said, well, me and Patty's going to come out and visit you. And spend, well, you leave her in the hotel and you come over by yourself. He said, no. If you can't accept my wife, then you're not accepting me. That's it.
Joe, how are you doing? How are you
doing? Real good.
Does any women attack you when you're asleep?
No more women. No.
Have you given up on her sister now?
Yes, I
Oh, my
did.
sister was over my house a couple weeks ago and everything was fine.
Are you being faithful to her?
Yes, I am.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
You look me in my eyes.
Yeah, I look you in your eyes.
Oh, okay, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Advice for the young couples. Old enough to be your grandfather, old enough to be your grandmother. I think the audience is kind of divided on this. And joining us now to see which side is right is relationship expert Dr. Gilda Carl. Welcome her to the show. You have been listening to our guests. Please address each one individually. I know. Let's start with, who did we start with? Back there, yes, Harriet. Okay.
Okay, first of all, I want to tell
And
you
Ricky.
that when we find somebody, when we are attracted to somebody, there are two reasons that we look for particular people to mate with. First, opposites attract. And second, we usually find traits of our parents, whether they're traits or bad traits.
They said that last time. They said that the last time. I never got a chance to speak my piece on the first show.
Okay, wait,
No,
Patty.
she said that last psychic person that she was. She said it was like shooting pool with a rope. And what's his problem then? He said we have sex sometimes twice a day. That's not like a rope.
I didn't finish.
All right, leave Gilda alone, Gilda.
Apparently another expert.
Yeah, it wasn't a good scene there. Let's go to Ricky and Harriet, and it is what you see in your parents' relationship or opposites attract.
Opposites attract. Now, I'm very concerned about what's happening here. Grandma, how many of you agree that Grandma really, really cares for her grandson? You said you were not in pain. You don't look like somebody who's not in pain. You're really hurting, aren't you?
Well, you know what? I'll tell you something. I don't care who likes it or don't.
Now, wait a minute.
No, I guess they wanted me to speak up my piece. I'm going to speak my piece.
She is hurting.
Sounds to me like she's being selfish.
She is hurting very, very deeply. Now, this woman you love very much. This woman you love very much. What do we have here? We have a triangle. Now, how do we make the triangle work out so that Grandma doesn't feel as though she is left out. Because that's what I heard when I heard her story. Don't you agree? Now, this is up to you.
Right, but see, Doctor, not to upset Grandma, I try not to flaunt Donna in her face. Try to keep them separate, you know, so that they don't fight at all. You know.
What would
it's not
make
that I want
you
to keep her out of it.
Okay. What would make
keep
you the
peace in the family.
happiest, Grandma? What would make you happy now?
Go ahead, Grandma, tell them.
That you go to college, real college.
We'll be right back. What's happening with Ursula?
She's very
upset.
No, listen to. You know what? That's for all of us. She's very nervous. She's very emotional. She's a very strong woman, and now she's showing her vulnerability, and that's what you see right now.
What do we do about our Beatrice and Daryl here? I have a feeling they did not really want to get married. I had that feeling.
Well, here, okay? Yeah.
Just waiting for him.
What?
I was waiting for him to get his papers done.
She wants attention, that's it.
I can get my papers
You know
in less
what?
than 24
You know what?
hours.
Somebody in the audience said it exactly right. You want to get married, you get your papers done. That's it. Pure and simple. Otherwise, you have a built-in excuse. Okay?
That's right. What about what's going on back here?
Oh, okay. Let me tell you something. Okay. First of all, sounds as though you found him at a time of major need. And when people come together, they are similarly in need. Right. Now, for you and you to say, hey, we don't like him because he's as old as he is, in reality, she could find somebody her own age who you really can't stand.
He could be a drunk. I never said I didn't like Ricky.
I never
Number
said I
one.
didn't like him either.
You said you
We just
didn't.
I don't like
relationship.
the relationship, but I never said
But
I
you
did
know
not
what?
like him.
She told the producers that she was bossed around when she was married to your father. Now suddenly she wants to have a relationship where maybe she's the boss. And if that's
I don't want to be boss. I want it to be mutual. I want
or
us
she
to get
wants
along.
to have more of a mutual footing. So if this is her opportunity to do that, let her enjoy. You know what? I wish, my mother's widowed also. I wish to God that she would find somebody. And if he were 20, all the power to her.
What about our young couple here? Our young couple here?
Well, obviously they have made their decision. But you know what? There's some credit to be given to this woman because during the break, she told me she realizes that she now has to let go. And I think that's...
I have to respect Julie. I'm going to finally be a grandmother.
Yeah.
And either way, I have to accept
why are
it.
people attracted to people of such large age difference and female?
It's
are
not
they
because
different?
of sex, Sally,
Because
because
there's
since
more
she's been
maturity
pregnant,
there.
I've been cut off. Okay? 4 months.
I didn't want to know that. I didn't want to know that. I didn't need to know that.
The older the man is, the more brighter he seems to be, and the more everything's more accurate. I mean, with these young these young kids,
All right, wait. Let me ask.
They're really not sure. They're not ready to be married, for one thing. And the older you are, the more wiser you are.
You're not ready.
Yeah, but how do you know that?
You're not ready.
I would
We
like
are
to ask
ready.
Gilda.
Well, I ain't ready to get
Gilda,
married
why
again.
are people
I was in
attracted to
one. I
people
don't
of
wanna
such a
get in
large
another
age?
one.
Same reason, man, woman, or different reason?
It's different for every single couple. And, you know, when a woman says, I have been bossed around during my previous years, and now finally I want a different kind of relationship, that gives us one reason. If the man is getting older and he wants to sire children again, so he chooses a younger woman, a young, lovely-looking woman like we see in Hollywood very often. Or we're seeing more and more these days older women going out with younger men because sometimes the older men or men of their age, they find to be boring, over the hill, or whatever they have in their minds.
Or
This is
two-year-olds.
very, very individual. And what we have to do is honor the love and respect that people have for one another, because it's not our choice necessarily who our parents and our children choose.
That's right. It's beyond us.
It's beyond us,
Sally, my dad was going to come all the way from New York. I lived here for 28 years, and now I live in Indiana. He was going to come, when he found out that we started dating, he was going to come from New York to come get me from Indiana to get me out of here. But now, today, he's so happy for us that I think it's fantastic.
Even though you're not having any sex. We'll
Even-
take it. Watched us at the beginning. We told you we were going to have a wedding. It's now turned into an engagement cake for the other couple, and that's just the way show business is, isn't it? Thank you, Gilda. I really appreciate it. And all of you, the very best. Love goes where it's found, I would assume. Cake, anyone? Yeah.